Old Man Mark tore open the craft paper wrapping around the angel statue. To his shock, a few cockroaches crawled out from inside. That immediately made Mark realize something was off. So, he pried open the base of the statue and found something wrapped in tattered cloth. Curious, Mark unwrapped it. Inside was a golden artifact, and above it sat a small gear. Mark twisted the gear, but nothing happened even after waiting for a while. Just as he thought the thing was broken, the object suddenly extended sharp claws. Mark grinned with excitement until those claws pierced straight into his palms. Pain shot through his hands, and in a panic he ripped the thing off. At that moment, it seemed to come alive, retracting its claws again. Mark assumed it had malfunctioned like some kind of machine. After quickly bandaging his wounds, he soon forgot about the whole incident. That night, Mark felt thirsty, and a strange craving to devour raw meat flashed through his mind. Luckily, he resisted the urge. The next day, Mark realized he had grown younger. After shaving his beard, even his wife was left stunned by his appearance, something that made him very pleased. When he arrived at his shop, however, he discovered the lock had been broken and the place trashed. To make things worse, the intruder had arrogantly left their address right on his desk. Suddenly, Mark remembered a man who had come by the shop the day before. The man had immediately taken interest in the angel statue and even offered a high price for it. But Mark had already removed the artifact hidden inside the statue the previous day. The buyer must have realized this and smashed up his antique shop in retaliation. Growing curious about its origins, Mark followed the address and met another old man. The man pulled out an ancient book that recorded the history of the object. It turned out the artifact was called the Devil's Silver Claw. Inside it was a mysterious parasite. Once this creature fed on blood, it could make a person younger. But it had to be used in a very specific sequence, otherwise, the consequences would be severe. And only this man knew the correct sequence. But Mark had no intention of handing it over. Back at home, he tried using the Devil's Silver Claw again. Unfortunately, using it incorrectly quickly brought about side effects. That night, Mark and his wife attended a banquet. Suddenly, a young man started gushing blood from his nose. In that instant, Mark's body reacted in a strange way, compelling him to follow the man into the restroom. What happened next was truly shocking.